Ready? 5 seconds. Start. During the Mughal era, the British era, and now the Indian era, Delhi has been blessedly spared sons of the soil. Chauvinism. It's always been identified as a city of migrants, administration, and trade. Persian, Urdu, Hindi, Punjabi, English have all functioned as its working languages without anyone claiming exclusive ownership of the city. 2 weeks ago, a BJP councillor played out a scene in a public park that undermines this cultural history. She threatened a children's football coach that he would be thrown out if he did not learn Hindi within a month. But imagine this kind of mindless malice spreading against countless Indian migrants within and outside the country. That's a depressing future. Next para. India's diplomats are hard at work negotiating bilaterals that would allow our skilled workers and students to pursue global opportunities. We routinely ask partner countries to be more open, accommodating, and culturally sensitive towards Indian migrants, many of whom learn local modes only over time. The coach, whom the BJP councillor humiliated, is from an African country. And what if Indians in his country are treated similarly? If we berate foreigners for not acting Indian here, how do we expect patience and pluralism for Indians abroad? This asymmetry erodes India's soft power and weakens its credibility in negotiations, which are already facing an arid climate. Note, for example, how New Zealand's foreign minister has strongly criticized the newly announced India New Zealand FTA for giving away too much on immigrations. Next para. The way in which the councillor herself posted a video of her tirade online has led to chatter that she plotted the whole thing to advance her political career. In many parts of the world, right wing politics are indeed following upwards from social media. Considers how JD Vance keeps brawling with randos online, inserting himself into petty beefs and arting rumors. This is a calculated path to be Trump's successor, as is his draft claim that America has only been anchored by always being a Christian nation. Linguistic and religious chauvinisms operate through the same exclusivity logic. By narrowing the definition of belonging, they try to shut out talent, labor, ideas, and goodwill that actually create social and economic value. They seek to convert confidence into insecurity. Repealing their loyalty test is essential for society's health. Stop.